Hey everyone, VJohnnyC here with another Old School Runescape Trailblazer video. Today I wanted to talk about the Fremennik provinces. Is it actually worth taking the Fremennik provinces unlock, and if so, why? Let's get into it. So today I was theory crafting in the Fremennik area, and I was really focusing on Vorkath, trying out different gear combinations that would be obtainable with just basic unlocks. Maybe it's your first region or second region. But really I was trying to look for, is there really any other reason to take the Fremennik Isles or the Fremennik provinces other than Dragon Slayer 2 being unlocked? I mean, yeah, it's great that we get access to the rune dragons on Fossil Island, but it's looking to me like a combo region. So let's take a look at what regions actually really combo with it. We'll do that later on in the video. And other than Dragon Slayer 2 and the rune dragons and Vorkath, what really makes the Fremennik provinces stand out to players? So first off, you get Keldagrim when you unlock the Fremennik provinces region, which is easy access to a rune pickaxe. You're going to get gem stalls for thieving. You have access to the high level construction materials. Sure, they're expensive, but if you're trying to go for a max POH, you're going to want those. And then most of all, you get access to the blast furnace. So if you're not taking the production mastery relic, you're gonna want blast furnace, unless you know something that I don't. Lunar Isles, you get access to the Astral Rune Crafting Altar. Sure, that's great and all. And nay, it's not in Jaizo. You get access to the Yaks for training, really old school method of training combat. We do that in most seasonal modes. Ice Trolls for training in Slayer. There's some decent drops from them. Relica, you get the Rock Crabs for combat training as well. Relica Agility course at level 80 Agility. And access to the Basilisk Knights. Keep in mind, the Basilisk Knights are also hard to kill. You do get access to the best in slot Helm with the Jawbone combination, but it's still a grind to grind out the Basilisk Knights. Whether that's something you like, that's up to you. Yeah, you get access to the Relica Slayer Cave, but if you're not being assigned those Slayer assignments that are in there, it doesn't really matter. The Relica Slayer Cave isn't that good. It's kind of out of the way. Maybe it'll be easier to access with the fairy ring that's right in front of it, but I don't see it being... The Relica Slayer Cave is not a reason to pick the Fremennik provinces. Let's take a look at how Vorkath went. I was messing around with Vorkath and doing it on really budget gear. I was using stuff that wasn't even on the tier list or best in slots or even third best in slot for Vorkath, just trying to use what would be immediately obtainable to me if I unlocked Fremennik as my first region. First off, my complication was, how am I going to get rid of Venom? And is Vengeance even worth using, or Cure Me able to be used in Vorkath? So immediately I'm ruling out using the Lunar Spellbook because you need Crumble Undead against Vorkath. Crumble Undead is used against the zombie spawn thing, and there's realistically no surefire way around it. Sure, you can Vengeance them, but it's not really worth doing. So then I'm looking at, how am I going to get anti-poisons, at least enough to grind Vorkath? And it was really hard to come up with a good surefire way to get anti-poisons without unlocking another region. So I'm not going to get into that. And at least getting anti-venoms is a whole nother ballpark. That's a whole nother video. Getting anti-fires wasn't really that hard. It's definitely easier with another region unlocked, specifically Kandarin, because you can just buy blue dragon shards or dragon scales, or even Taverley because you can just get them from the spawn. Vorkath was really hard to do in budget gear. You can take a look at this video here. I died a couple times in the making of this video, trying to figure out what combination I could do it with. Basically, the bare minimum came down to, I had to have the Helm of Nezi. Not even that. The ultimate factor was getting Dragon Bolts or getting diamond tipped enchanted bolts and ruby enchanted bolts in order to get it down in a short enough time. It took me 5 minutes to do Vorkath in budget gear in a decent attempt. 5 minutes is a long time. Now, yeah, sure, we're gonna have relics, but Vorkath was hard. I also did a Rune Dragons trip to see how difficult that would be. That wasn't that bad. Realistically, it wasn't that bad. It's definitely doable, especially with the relics. Grinding Rune Dragons is going to be a thing. If you want to grind Addy Dragons, sure, that's going to be a thing too. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't difficult. There's some good drops from Vorkath, some really good drops from Vorkath. I don't see Vorkath being grindable. Rune Dragons, on the other hand, definitely grindable. There's a lot of reasons to unlock DS2, but unless you're unlocking another area region with it, it's kind of a hard sell. Your biggest reason for unlocking Fremennik province, if you're not focusing on Vorkath, is going to be killing the Dagonoth Kings for the best in slot rings. But then also you're looking at another region to imbue them for, you need Kandarin. And other than the rings, their resource drops, their other drops are pretty bad. The Dragon Axe is definitely noteworthy. Short of that, they're not really worth much. And unlock Fremies because you get the Rune and Addy Dragons in the Fossil Island, which means that you get access to the Dragon Crossbow, you get access to Rune Eye Bolts, semi-easily farmable, and you get access to Dragon Bolts. Kandarin's a great combination unlock here with Fremennik provinces because you get access to the Myths Guild, which means that you get to make super anti-fires, and then the dragons in the basement, everything from green to black, and then the rune rocks in the basement. Maybe with relics, Vorkath might be grindable, but I'm not seeing an easy way to do it here, realistically. Anyways, that's all I got for the Fremennik provinces. If I missed something, drop me a comment. If you're enjoying the content, leave me a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm doing daily videos, at least until the end of the weekend. So I've got 1 or 2 left. I'm still probably going to do daily videos even moving forward, but I'm definitely going to do very frequent videos. I've got a lot of stuff in my head when it comes to theory crafting, some ideas, what's the best way to train. I got some tips and tricks coming up for you guys. So stay tuned. Thank you all so much.